Hello and welcome to my final day of the first semester at the University of Bristol. This particular morning I decided to make oatmeal, so I poured my oats into my bowl, and here's where it kind of goes downhill for anyone who is a serious oatmeal eater, because I first filled it with sink water and then I popped it in the microwave, which is really the least sophisticated way ever to make oatmeal, and I also like mine insanely dry, but I ate it with apricots and peanut butter, so it was very yummy. And while I ate, I decided to work on my stars and planets test. So as you can see, I was just kind of reading the laptop as I was going and looking over the problems, just helping myself get familiar with all of the work that I had to do for it. Today is actually the last day that I have a class for the first semester at the University of Bristol, because I'm going to be going home tomorrow for winter break. It's going to be a very long travel day tomorrow. I've got to wake up around 4 a.m. in order to catch a bus. So I'm going to be traveling from like 4:30 in the morning UK time to 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is really 11 or midnight UK time. Anyway, what that means is today I have a lot to do with packing and getting my finals done. But anyway, I'm going to keep working on my stars and planets final, because I'm going to be meeting with a friend from that class today, and we're gonna kind of study all the material together, and I want to just be prepared for that, and then I might start packing so I can make a dent in that. But just so you know, just to warn you, my room is going to be a complete disaster today. It's going to look awful. Okay, so the first order of business is to actually get my suitcase out. There's so much stuff just in my room. It's buried behind all of my pots and pans. My room is just not going to look very nice today. A lot of the space in my suitcase is going to be eaten up by Christmas presents that I bought for people. So I do have to try to squeeze things in as best as I can, because I want to bring some clothing back too that I can wear over winter break, because I'll be gone for over a month actually. I'm also going to take home things that I don't need for the rest of the time here, which includes the leaves on my windows, because it will not be fall when I return. And that way I can just, if I can get this off, I'll have less to pack up in the spring. How are you supposed to remove this? It's one of those rare sunny days in Bristol, so I'm on my way to meet my friend for Stars and Planets. He and I are going to go over some problems together, and then after that I'm going to run to the library. I have so many books to drop off that have really been accumulating, which means my back is really sore right now because I have so many books in my bag. I packed a lunch for myself. I'm trying to get through my leftovers because I really don't want to have food in my fridge when I leave for winter break. And then that's when I have my class from 2 to 4 p.m. It's a seminar for Writing the City, which is basically just a class on early modern London. You know, it's a heavy research-based class, so it almost feels more like a history class than a literature class, especially because we've only read 3 texts. Oh, and afterwards I'm going to do some Christmas shopping in Clifton, and I really don't have the space in my suitcase, but I need to get some shopping done. I have so much more to do. So I'm just going to wander for a while to get some inspiration. Here is a portion of my walk up to campus, and I really love walking in Bristol, aside from the hills. I mean, that wasn't a big hill right there, but I went through Royal Fort Garden up to the physics building. This is where we were going. We were going to meet in where we actually have class, but there was a class in there, so I waited by the lecture theater though, even though there is a class in there, so we wouldn't be able to use that room. And then we went up to the 5th floor and studied in the physics library. And I didn't get any footage of that actually happening. Oh, and then I had to snap the camera down because someone was coming and I thought for sure that they saw me just recording a hallway, which was very uncomfortable. But then it was lunchtime. So after studying, I went, and on the stairs in the physics building, there are just these little benches and they're pretty quiet. So I like to often take my lunch there and just kind of eat on the bench. It's not necessarily private, people walk by, but it just gives me my own space to eat. And then I went to the library. I had to return some books, and I thought I'd record it because it's a really fun system. You just put it in and it scans the book. It knows your account and everything and which book you're putting in. I was really intrigued by this the first time I saw it.
next had a seminar for writing the city, London 1550 to 1740. I think that's what it is. I always get those dates mixed up. And I happened to be the first one there, so I could actually record the classroom. Someone did walk in right as I started recording, so there the camera goes, me whipping it down. But yeah, I then had my seminar.
Looks like I've got one.
Wait, so is it released on the 16th, or is that when it's due?
Released on the 16th.
Okay.
Yeah, and due on the 19th.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good holiday. I got out of class an hour early. That's never happened before. We've never actually gotten out early. But it was the last seminar, and 3 people, including me, showed up. So it was just me, 2 other students, and the professor. So loud. So now I have extra time to get everything done tonight. And I'm still gonna go do some Christmas shopping. Did I already say this? I can't remember if I mentioned it. I'm gonna go try to pick up some last minute Christmas shopping items because I'm so far behind my shopping. And there's a lot of cool options in Clifton for like antiques and stuff. So I'm going to go through there and I'll show you because I'm sure it's going to look very festive.
I took a shortcut through what is called the birdcage walk. It's really beautiful, especially when the leaves form a full canopy over the walkway, but it just took me closer right to downtown Clifton, and it also goes through a graveyard. I passed Waterstones. I did buy a book here for one of my family members a couple weeks ago, so I didn't go back in here because I'd already perused all of it. And then I went down a side street. They've got so many shops down here. This is why I love Clifton. They're just these little local businesses. For example, Focus on the Past. This is a little antique shop. I got a few things for Christmas gifts here this year, and it's just chock full of so much stuff.
Looking at that mannequin because I feel like if I don't turn my head for a while, it's gonna move closer to me. Like, creeps me out. So I went to more stores and I'm leaving utterly empty-handed. Found nothing. Spent an hour shopping, and you think I'd find something? I mean, my brother is so hard to shop for, but and he says he's not hard to shop for, which is a complete lie. When we were younger, we used to live together, so I knew what he had and what he didn't have. But the risk now is he doesn't live at home, so I don't know if I'm buying him a duplicate of something he already has or, something he doesn't need, so it's a lot more difficult these days.
I love this view of the sunset. You can really see that English countryside out in the distance. But when I got back to my room, I, of course, have a never-ending pile of work. So I did more work on my Stars and Planets final, and I also worked on my Middlemarch essay.
Okay, I've been working on my essay on Middlemarch, which is due next Wednesday, and I'm making some progress. How many words am I at? Okay, it's a 2,500 word essay. I'm about 1/3 done, and I'm already at 1,200 words, which is an issue. I really am not fond of the word counts for this class. They keep limiting us so much, and I want to write more. The prompt I'm answering for this is Dorothea, but why always Dorothea? Was her point of view the only possible one with regard to this marriage? Provide an account of how, in Middlemarch, the narrator shapes and complicates the reader's terms of judgment, which means I need to go over all the different narrative techniques that the narrator is using in here, like free and direct discourse and third-person omniscience, and the periods when the narrator goes into kind of a first-person philosophical rumination. With that in mind, then I have to explain how this impacts the reader's judgment, and I'm doing it all in terms of Dorothea, so I'm not really touching the other characters, but I'm kind of going through her marriage, like her reasons for marrying, how the marriage goes, how it ends, and everything. And then I also have to explain why this matters. What does it reveal about Middlemarch? And basically my claim is that because of the judgment of the narrator that they kind of transfer to the reader through things like the free and direct discourse, that's what allows Middlemarch to be so morally ambiguous. I can't write it in 2,500 words. This just isn't working for me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to really make the last few paragraphs snappy. I'm not even actually 1/3 done. I'm probably less than 1/3 done right now. Anyway, in about 20 minutes, I'm going to get my supper together, and then I'm going to FaceTime my cousin, and we're going to chat for a little bit and catch up. I'll probably update, like, once I've finished packing and stuff. I don't foresee myself doing a lot more vlogging tonight because I need to get things done. So I'll record in a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to have to carry around this blue folder with me because I don't dare put it into my bag because I don't want it to get squished, because it will be holding my photo from Germany of me with Charlie Cox. So anyway, I will be carrying this, which, fun fact, I carried it around in the folder, of course, not out where anyone could see it, for all 3 of my classes on Tuesday. Missed my first class because our flight back from Germany was delayed due to snow. We had to fly out the next morning. I didn't have time to run back to my room, so I had to carry this around all day. Anyway, I'm putting this back away now. But yeah, so I talked to my cousin over FaceTime, and we had a good call. We had to both leave a little bit early though, because we both have so much to be getting done. What I also need to figure out is what I'm gonna do with all my food, but like, it expires the 15th of June, so this is fine until I'm back. These apricots have until September in theory, but I feel like they dry out quickly. So I'm going to call it a night, but this has been my last day of the semester. So I finished my first semester at the University of Bristol. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.